Hello students, today we will see what is a parallel resonance. After completion of series resonance, we will go for the parallel resonance circuit. So in parallel resonance circuit, if you see the circuit here, the resistor, inductor and capacitor, these are connected in parallel configuration. Okay. In series resonance, RLC are connected in what? That should be connected in series configuration. Similarly, uh, practical inductor is not purely reactive but has a winding resistance in this one. So every inductor has its resistance that is called as RL, and some capacitor must also be showing as having resistive components. However, in general, capacitor is assumed to be purely reactive. Means this capacitor is purely reactive, this value will be as it is, but inductor consists of some sort of resistive components, so that R of L will be also added, and this resistor is purely the value. Okay, so R, L and C are connected in series configuration and we will give the supply. Okay, now here if you find out the total impedance of this circuit, that is Z equal to what? R parallel with JXL parallel with what? JXC. That is R parallel with L. That L is not write down as it is. It will be the reactive component. That's why I will write down JXL parallel with JXC is there. Okay. But these are connected in what? That should be in series parallel. So we have to write down the equation in terms of admittance form. Admittance is basically inverse of impedance is there. Okay, so y equal to 1 upon r. This r is there, 1 upon r minus j, 1 upon xl plus 1 upon jx is there. Okay, minus is what? In previous circuit we will take xl as a plus and xa as a minus. So here it will be reverse because these are connected in parallel configuration. So y is inversely proportional to 1 upon the impedance value. So z equal to 1 upon y is there. Okay, so after doing the calculation we will get the impedance of this circuit in terms of purely real parts, that is L divided by C into R is there. Okay, so if you see the graph of frequency versus gain, the graph is exactly inversely proportional to that of series resonance. So series resonance is like this one and the parallel resonance is like this. Okay, so this is the highest one, we will take 3 dB down. So here we will get the two frequency, that is F1 and F2, and here we will get that at the lowest level we will get the frequency that is called as FAR, frequency of a anti-resonance circuits. Parallel resonance is also called as an anti-resonance. So FAR is what? Frequency of an anti-resonance circuit. So the formula for FAR I will write down here. FAR, not FR. FAR equal to what? 1 upon 2 pi under root of L into C. This is the frequency of a parallel resonance circuit. Okay, then again we will go for the Q factor of a parallel resonance. So the formula is same for the series resonance. So Q equal to what? Omega L divided by equal to 1 upon omega CR. Omega equal to what? 2 pi F. Okay, but here we will write down FER. Okay, so omega equal to 2 pi FER. Okay, now we will put this value here. So Q equal to 2 pi FARL divided by R. Okay, this is the value, or here I will put it Q equal to 1 upon 2 pi FAR C into R. Okay, so this is the value for series and parallel resonance. Okay, now Now we will see one problem on the parallel resonance circuit. So here I will pose this problem on the Google Classroom, but I will give you the some introductions here. This is the circuit they have given, which has a resistance L and C, and the E is the supply voltage. Again there is a capacitor is there, but this capacitor is variable. Okay, so if you vary, this frequency is also vary. So here we will get the two frequencies, here we'll get FAR, here we'll take 3 dB up, F1, F2. Okay, this is the value of current versus frequency. So here we have to find out the value of F minimum and F maximum. So R value they have given, that is 12 ohm, L value is 100 microhenry, but C value they have given variable, because this is variable. So every C value has a, this C has a 2 value. Here for F1 we will get C1 and for F2 we will get C2, because what will be the formula? FAR1 equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root of L into C1. So this is first formula, and FAR2 equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root of L into C2. So for this FAR1 we have C1, and for this FAR2 we have the value C2. Okay. So they have given the value, variable value of capacitor, that is 2000 picofarad and to 3000 picofarad. 2000 picofarad means 200 picofarad means 200 into 10 raised to minus 12. Okay. So what we will do, determine the maximum minimum resonant frequency, that is F1 and F2. F2 is a maximum resonant frequency, F1 is a minimum resonant frequency. Okay, and also calculate the Q value for two resonant frequency, that is for F1 and for F2 is there. Okay, so we will start from the first. Already we must know the formula for FAR equal to what? 1 upon 2 pi under root of LC. So I will take this first formula, that is FAR1 equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root of L into C1. Okay, 1 upon 2 into 3.14 into under root of L value, just check it. L value is 100 micro. 100 into 10 raised to minus 6 into C1 into 200 into 10 raised to minus 12. Okay, so FAR1 equal to 1.13 megahertz. This is first one. So here you will write down 1.13 megahertz. Similarly, here formula for FAR2 is given. So I will write down 1 into 2 into 3.14 into under root of L. Under root of L value is same, 100 into 10 raised to minus 6 into C2. C2 value, just take it, 300 into 10 raised to minus 12. So here we will get 919 kilohertz. Okay, sorry. So this is F1 and this is F2. So lower is F1, 911 kilohertz. F2 value is 1.13 megahertz. Okay, now we will find out the value of Q value for FR1 and FIR2. So Q equal to what? Omega L divided by R. Okay, so here 2 pi Q1, 2 pi F1 L divided by R, that is 2 into 3.14 into F1, that is 919 into 10 raised to 3 kilohertz is there, into 100 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by R value is 12 ohm. So Q1 will get it 59.2. Okay, similarly Qt equal to omega L divided by R, 2 pi F2L divided by R. So find out this, we will get Q2 value as a 48. So Q1 equal to 59.2, Q2 equal to what? 48. Just put this, the value of Q1 as it is. So again I will explain it. Q2 equal to what? Omega L divided by R is there. Omega L is what? 2 pi f L into L divided by R is there. Okay, so in this way we will see what is a parallel resonance circuit. So in parallel resonance, here look it, that is the value of Z, that is impedance value, that is Z equal to R parallel with L parallel with C. So L is write down in terms of JXL, C is write down in terms of JXC. Then the value of what we'll say admittance is basically inversely proportional to 1 by Z. Okay, so after applying this you will get this type of response, that frequency response of a parallel resonance or anti-resonance. So from peak we will take 3 dB down, we will get two frequency f1 and f2, and here at this lowest range we will get FAR. FAR is the frequency of anti-resonance or the parallel resonance. So formula for FAR is 1 upon 2 pi under root of LC. Similarly, the Q factor for parallel resonance, Q equal to what? Omega L divided by R. That must be equal to 1 upon omega CR. So omega is equal to what? 2 pi F. That I will put it here. So Q equal to 2 pi F into L divided by R. Or is in terms of this term, I will put omega here, 1 upon 2 pi F into CR. Okay, now after this we will see one problem on series and parallel resonance. Okay, now we will go for the next problem of a parallel resonance circuit. So here after this I will share the some pages for the books. So here we will have some formulas. So summary of formulas is there. So in this particular formulas you will see, okay, that I will post it on the Google Classroom. So afterwards we will also see one problems on parallel resonance. Here the R, L and C, these are the parallel. So C is variable, that is 200 picofarad to 300 picofarad. So for this two value of C we have to find out the value of F1, FAR1 and FAR2. So here we will get FAR1, that is 1.13 megahertz, and FAR2, that is a 911 kilohertz. Similarly, we will also find out the value of Q1 and Q2. Q1 equal to 2 pi F1L and Qt is a value. So Q1 equal to 59.2 and Qt is a 48 value. So for Q there is no unit, for frequency this unit is in terms of hertz are there. Okay, so this is a unit for series and parallel resonance, that is also called as a frequency selective networks. So it will be used to generate a particular range of frequencies. So series resonance, parallel resonance is also used in the communication networks for generation of a particular range of frequencies. So if you observe the graph of this parallel resonance, the gain must be maximum here at the lower frequency. Afterwards, if you increase the frequency, the gain or value of current will be decreases, and after for the higher frequency gain is again increases. Similarly, there is also a graph for the series resonance. So in this one, in series resonance, this is a graph inversely proportional to the parallel resonance. Here we will get FR, that is resonant frequency. This is a gain versus frequency. So in these two graphs, you will observe this frequency drastically increases as soon as the gain is also increases. So at the highest point, we will get maximum gain. So for that maximum gain, we will get one frequency. That frequency is called as a frequency of resonance. Okay, so for that frequency gain is maximum. So from this, you will take 3 dB down, we will get the value of F1 and F2. Okay, these are the lower frequency and the higher frequencies. So this is related to the series resonance and the parallel resonance. Okay, I will explain the applications, then the formula for resonant frequency for series resonance, parallel resonance, q factor is there, that formula for q factor for series resonance as well as the parallel resonance. Okay, thank you, happy learning.